Hello and thanks for joining us on Signature Television. This is a fantastic morning to talk sport as we are set to take you around the ever exciting world of sport. We are excited and excitement don't go to sleep. My name is Franklin Imona and you are welcome to Signature Sports on Signature Television. And today on the show, we'll be taking you around the ever busy world of sport from the local scene as well as the foreign scene. It was a weekend of El Clasico where one team showed dominance over the other, and in the English Premier League, Manchester United woes continues as Arsenal were held at some courtesy of a late strike. In the world of basketball, LeBron James continued to show why he is the king of the court, and in the world of tennis, Jack Drapier is excited over his first ever title. All these and many more loading on the show. After this timeout, don't go nowhere. Signature Sport returns shortly. Alright, so welcome back to Signature Television. This is Signature Sports, and we'll begin first from the world of Scrabble, where Nigerian champions Oluwatimilei Doko has won the 15th edition of the African Scrabble Championship with an impressive victory. Doko showed class over his opponent in Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, with a surprising margin of 129 score, defeating his opponent with a scoreline of 574 to 422 in the match day 2. Recall that in the match day 1, he was a 64 points cleaner when he won 487 against the 482, defeating the likes of Godwin Murungi from Rwanda. Beating him right in front of his own crowd. Oluwatimilei Doko is a graduate from the University of Lagos, and he has won the championship in grand style with one game to spare. He's age 24 and is sitting at the top of African Scrabble Championship. Recall that in the top 10 of the competition, 7 Nigerians made it to the top 10. Here is Oluwatimilei Doko as he shows class and express his excitement over winning that championship. Let's listen to him express his heartfelt gratitude.
Thank you so much, everyone. I feel very privileged to have won this tournament, given the caliber of players that were present. I go very lucky. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to have played in this beautiful city for the past few days. This is one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been in, and I would love to come back at some point. I'd also like to thank the members of Team Nigeria. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. I'd like to thank the President of the NSF, Chief Toki Aka, and the National Coach, Mr. Tony Kolo, for their support, basically giving me the opportunity to compete at this level. I would also like to thank Mr. Curtis John as well as Mr. Koye Adebeso, the President of Panasa, who has been of support to me in more ways than I can recount. I would like to thank my very good friend Grace Jompe for her support as well.
Love you.
And I would also like to recognize my very good friend Enoch Iwani, the immediate African champion. Enoch has always inspired me to improve and to become a better player. So I think he deserves recognition as well. And I would also like to recognize my friend Abdul Mamin Jimmy. I believe we will win all of these. Thank you so much, everyone.
That was Oluwatimilei Doko expressing his heartfelt gratitude. Recall that he was denied visa sometimes last year to compete in the World Scrabble Championship, but he ended up becoming the highest ranked West African player and is currently the second highest ranked Scrabble player in Africa. Oluwatimilei continues to show that he is the enigmatic, the strongest, and the wisest when it comes to Scrabble, not only in Nigeria, but in West Africa. And away from Scrabble, we move over to what went down over the weekend, especially from the CAF headquarters. It was good news all over, as finally the both game between Nigeria and Libya that was scheduled to take place on the 15th of October 2024 has finally been decided by the Confederation of African Football. Over the weekend, Nigeria was awarded 3 points and 3 goals courtesy of the breached rule by Libya, especially in the Article 54, Article 81 and Article 53 of the Disciplinary Code of the CAF, of the Confederation of African Football, I beg your pardon, where CAF has finally given its verdict. CAF read that the match on the 15th of October was declared lost by forfeit by Libya, meaning Nigeria they are awarded 3 goals and 3 points. It also means that Libya will pay the sum of $50,000 as a result of their fine, and the fine is to be paid within 60 days of notification of the present decision, and all other further motions or players for relief, according to CAF, has been dismissed. Joining me to give us more insight on this verdict by CAF is Mr. Samuel Akpan. He is an IOC CAF licensed correspondent and sport journalist all the way from Lagos State, Nigeria. He joins us on Signature Television. Good morning, Mr. Akpan. Always a pleasure having you join us to talk sport on Signature Television.
Nice to be here, Mr. Franklin. Nice to be here on a Monday morning. Meanwhile, you look great.
All right, so quickly, Mr. Samuel Akpan, let's discuss what CAF verdict concerning the game between Libya and Nigeria, where Nigeria have been awarded 3 points and 3 goals. You are a CAF licensed journalist. What does this verdict prove to African football in general?
Mr. Franklin, it sets a good example to Africa, because this dark art is not just happening for the first time. This is not just happening to Nigeria for the first time. You know, we have experienced it over and over again. I remember Nigerian clubs have also suffered same fate. We had Rivers United suffered same fate. We had Eyimba suffered same fate. You know, so this should serve as a lesson to North Africans that football is played on the pitch of play and not outside the pitch of play. You cannot come and put a team, a national team. You know how sensitive a national team is to the country. You know how sensitive, if anything happens to any member of the national team while they are on official duties, you know how sensitive it is to international football. So CAF has set a good example, and as we speak right now, I know the Libyan authority are teaming up with other North African big weights so that they can upturn this verdict. They are going right now. They want to upturn this verdict. They felt that they have been unjust. The CAF has been unjust towards them, towards their decision. Remember, Mr. Franklin, that before the verdict of the Confederation of African Football Disciplinary Committee, that the CAF Libyan officials had already gone out speaking and shouting that they have low representation in the CAF committee. And since they have low representation, don't trust any decision that might come out of that committee. So right now they're using that basis to justify, to also appeal this case. They feel that they've not done anything wrong, but we know 12 hours the Super Eagles were in Abrak. You know, they were supposed to land at Benghazi, but they were diverted to an airport about 3, 4, 5 hours away from Benghazi. The big question is, what if that jet plane or private jet doesn't have enough fuel? What if that airport that has no security was breached? What if? What would have happened to the players? What would have happened to the families of the players? It will linger on for years and years and years to come. So the big question is, what if? What if there was no fuel? What if the security was breached? What if anything had happened to the Super Eagles? That is what I'm telling the Libyans right now.
All
What if
right.
all of this had happened? Would you still be going to appeal?
Well, it seems that football has won in Africa according to the latest verdict given by CAF. But Mr. Samuel, from the updates we are getting in Libya, though unconfirmed, has it that Nigerians in Libya have been told to vacate their country or they face the risk of being arrested by the Libyans. How can we say this is sportsmanship, or how can we say Libyans have learned their lesson, going by this unconfirmed report?
As at now, we've not heard anything from Abike Dabiri, Madam Abike Dabiri. She's in charge of Nigerians in diaspora. We've not heard anything from her. There's no official statement from the government. There's no official statement from the Libyan authority concerning that. But one thing I want to assure you, the current foreign minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Malam Tuka. Remember when this first happened? When this first happened, the Minister of Foreign Affairs had to summon the Libyan envoy in Nigeria, had to summon them and ask questions and demand answers. And immediately that summoning was done, that was when the Super Eagles got respite, because the powers that be in Nigeria had to come into play. One thing I'm sure is, if there's a threat to Nigeria, if there's a threat to any Nigerian in Libya, if there's a threat to any Nigerian in Libya, I am sure the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Malam Tugar, would take actions immediately, because the presidency is aware of what happened and what transpired in Libya. The presidency is aware of, will be aware of any threats to any Nigeria in Libya, because we know how the shenanigans, let me use the word, permit me to use the word, the shenanigans of the North Africans. So the Minister of Foreign Affairs, they're already alert. The president already alert. Anything happen to any.
Oh wow, it seems that we are losing connection with Mr. Samuel Akpan. All right.
Can you hear me?
All right, Mr. Samuel, we can hear you. But for a moment, let's move away from CAF verdict concerning Nigeria and Libya. After all we are concerned and happy about is that the verdict have been ruled in favor of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. What it simply means is that Nigeria has one foot in the AFCON come 2025. All they need is a draw against Benin Republic, their next opponent. Before we let you go, Mr. Samuel Akpan, can we move to Togo, where the Wafubi Under 20 African Cup of Nations qualifiers semi-finals went down, where Nigeria Flying Eagles showed supremacy over Niger Republic. It was a 3-1 win in favor of Nigeria. How excited are you? And also, how are you looking forward to the final, where Nigeria will play against their familiar foes, Ghana, reigniting the Jollof Derby?
Yeah, Jollof. You don't play with Jollof on a Monday morning. You don't play with Nigerian Jollof on a Monday morning. It's unmatched. You can't compare Ghana Jollof with Nigerian Jollof. You know, this debate has been going on, but the truth is, we always win, we always conquer, because when you add Jollof and Dodo, it's exceptional. But back to your question right now, concerning the Waffle Beat Championship and what's happening in Togo and all of that, I will tell you for a fact that I am not impressed. I am not impressed, not because they're not doing well. I'm not impressed because we don't have a system, we don't have a structure. When I mean we don't have a system and structure, Nigerian football is designed to be a competitive structure and not a developmental structure. How many times have we seen players from this Wafupi Championship go on into the Super Eagles, go on into doing great things for the national team? How many? We currently have Nigerian female team representing us right now at the Under-20 World Cup. We are not asking ourselves the question, what is the plans for them? What is the plans for the 17? What we just go and win competition, bring the trophy back, and developmental process is being ignored. The
All right.
essence of all of this championship is for developmental process. But in Nigeria here, the essence of every championship is try as much as possible to win a trophy. And when the coach doesn't win a trophy, he gets fired, he gets sacked.
All
Nobody's talking
right.
about
And looking at the
developmental
Flying
process
Eagles, they
and
are the
promotion.
defending champion of the WAFO B Under 20 Championship, where Ali Zuberu have now guided his team to the final. But one unique thing about this team is that three of the players on different occasions have won the Man of the Match award. Recall that in our last game against the Young Elephants of Ivory Coast, it was Daniel Bamei that won the Man of the Match award, and just recently a certain Clinton Jafta won the Man of the Match award. What it simply means is the team is dynamic when it comes to the different players. And Mr. Samuel Akpan, can we say Coach Ali Zuberu has done a good job with this under 20 team, given the little time that he had to prepare the team?
Yes, definitely, definitely. Like I said earlier, that I am aware of their brilliance. I know what they are doing. Zuberu is a fantastic coach, and I think he is the coach of El Kanemi Warriors. I don't know. I think he's the coach of El Kanemi Warriors. You can see how he tutored them at the point, and now he's doing it with these guys. He's a fantastic coach. The dynamic in which they play, the fluidity in the team, the transition in the team, the hold-up play, the defensive play, the attacking play in the final third, it is exceptional. We don't just score goals, we score team goals. You know, it's not just scoring goals by luck. No, this team score team goal, orchestrated goal right from the training ground down to the match venue and down to the match proper. It goes to show you that there's organization, there's tactical structure, and there is individual brilliance in that team. Thumbs up to him.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Samuel Akpan, a licensed journalist and sport correspondent with Second News. The chief reporter is also an IOC and CAF licensed journalist. Thank you so much, Mr. Samuel Akpan, for joining us on the show. But before I let you go, the Ballon d'Or will be going down tonight. In one sentence, who wins it for you?
Well, looking at what happened at the Benabar, looking at what happened at the Benabar, I wanted to give it to
one sentence.
Yeah, I wanted to give it to Vinny. I wanted to give it Vinny.
All right,
Vinny
thank you very much.
I'm a big fan
Vinicius
of
Jr.
Vinny.
wins it for you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'm a big
Mr.
fan of
Samuel Akpan, on joining us on the show.
Thank you very much. I appreciate.
All right, that was Mr. Samuel Akpan all the way from Lagos State. He joined us on the show discussing the verdict of CAF concerning the game between Libya and Nigeria.